What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and welcome back to my SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager mode. And as you can see, taking a look at our morale, we've got a couple of guys here who would like some title shots. And of course, well, they're not exactly the highest popularity on the list. Nitro, we're working on something with him. JBL, Matt Hardy, well, we're gonna have to figure out something there. But speaking of working out something with Johnny Nitro, I think I have a plan for Vengeance. I think I know what we're gonna do in regards to the tag team titles, because as you can see, we did not sign Joey Mercury just yet. Due to the whole trade thing, I'm still trying to figure out where my stance is with Bobby Lashley. I have a feeling he might just end up being the next jobber. And you're probably thinking, well, you're wasting Bobby Lashley. Why would you do that? I'm just not... I don't know, I'm not really interested in using Bobby Lashley in this series, to be perfectly honest. Shelton Benjamin, on the other hand, I would like to utilize him. So, if I take a quick look at our rivalries here, I did make a few more. Obviously, HBK Eddie Guerrero's there. We have this David vs. Goliath thing with Lashley and Chavo, just to give them something to do, try to boost their popularities there. And then we have Matt Hardy and Shelton Benjamin in a bit of a feud, just to kind of tie up all of our loose ends. And I believe all that leaves left is Randy Orton and Mr. Kennedy, which Randy Orton's going to be tied into this whole Edge Johnny Nitro thing, because I'm trying to give Nitro a shot at the tag titles. As for his tag team partner, who is it going to be? I think I figured something out. I think I've come up with a solution. So, if we take a look at our match card here for Ireland, as you can see, we've got a tag team matchup. Bobby Lashley, Mick Foley taking on Mr. Kennedy and Triple H, a team of champions right there. Chavo is a manager. That was just kind of a random throw together match because I didn't have any other ideas what to do with them on the card. But as we move down, you can see we have a mixed tag. Johnny Nitro, Mickie James taking on Edge and Lita. Try to keep both of those rivalries going as we try to also sort of stall for time going in towards the Intercontinental, or not, the Tag Team Championship match as it were. We've got an interview with Shelton Benjamin. He's going to be taking on Matt Hardy in singles competition. That's the match that we're going to showcase for this episode because new talent. I'd like to give everybody a shot, some airtime in terms of matches being played, and Matt Hardy hasn't gotten that yet. So we're going to go ahead and play that matchup later on. Melina takes on Trish Stratus because we needed to fill a match on the card, and they haven't faced each other in singles action yet. So there we go. But we've got Rey Mysterio taking on Randy Orton. JBL is in Orton's corner. I'm thinking Rey Mysterio is going to be sort of an impromptu partner for Johnny Nitro. Since a lot of people want title shots like JBL and Matt Hardy, we could potentially give Shelton Benjamin one as well. Maybe throw Lashley and Chavo in there, have like some sort of a battle royal. But Kennedy realistically is probably going to defend that Intercontinental title in some sort of a multi-man matchup at Vengeance. And Rey Mysterio, well, he had his rematch, he lost. We got to move him on to something different. And since Randy Orton and Rey had nothing to... Well, originally, this was going to be a six-man tag team matchup, but I decided against it in favor of this idea. This way, what I'm thinking is, if Mysterio and Nitro were to win, you know, we can figure out something there. But if they would lose, then we can, you know, this will sort of stall for time until I can pick up Joey Mercury from free agency. And plus, you know, Randy Orton and Edge, I like this idea that I have with them, where the moment they lose those tag titles, their jobs could very well be gone. They could be going to SmackDown. So dragging that out, perhaps for a payoff at SummerSlam, could be cool. But, you know, honestly, if Mysterio and Nitro win the tag titles, it's a new tag team. It's something to... We'll see if we can make it work. And, of course, the main event, John Cena and Shawn Michaels team up to take on Eddie Guerrero and The Undertaker. This is a pretty safe matchup. We've got high popularity guys all around in this matchup. The Michaels-Guerrero rivalry gets this a chance to kick that off. Cena and Undertaker still haven't faced off one-on-one. We're trying to save that for Vengeance. And since Guerrero took on Cena last week, throw Michaels in the mix, we've got ourselves a match. So let's go ahead and play Shelton Benjamin versus Matt Hardy. Ain't no stopping him, or is there? Matt Hardy would like to put that to the test, as Shelton Benjamin makes his Raw debut here in SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Of course, Shelton Benjamin was... Well, he was a former United States champion in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 series. But in the grand scheme of things, Shelton Benjamin didn't really make a huge impact. I believe he might have been a 2-time U.S. champ, but honestly, I don't think either of his reigns were very impactful. Obviously, if I'm having trouble remembering them, then that sort of speaks for itself. But perhaps here on Monday Night Raw, Shelton Benjamin can get more of an opportunity. Perhaps even get an IC title reign, a tag team championship reign. Heck, maybe, just maybe, if he works hard enough, he can make it to the main event scene. Who knows? But he's gonna have to start from the bottom, just like this man, Matt Hardy. Yes, Matt Hardy, he has struggled in recent weeks to try to make a name for himself here on Monday Night Raw. He had that rivalry with Johnny Nitro, and that didn't really end up going very well. The crowd sort of turned against that feud. Matt Hardy, didn't really get much of a payoff out of that. And the same really for Nitro, but Nitro, meanwhile, seems as though he could be the next #1 contender for the tag team titles. Matt Hardy, on the other hand, well, we don't really have any plans for him at the moment. So, Matt Hardy, this is very much so a statement match for him tonight. He has to win this match against Shelton Benjamin because, well, I mean, if he loses, not really looking too good on the record of Matt Hardy. He's just struggling to make an impact here on Raw, and if he loses, well, maybe he'll go on the chopping block. I guess, well, we're gonna figure that out here in just a few moments. Matt Hardy just mocking me here on this loading screen. But this is the pre-broken Matt, so perhaps that means that he's not, I mean, he doesn't have his broken brilliance to back him up in this matchup tonight, so maybe this will be a bit of a struggle for him. Who knows? Right out of the gate, Matt Hardy tried to get a hold of Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin able to dodge it, but a nice atomic drop from Matt Hardy. Oh, and he plants him straight on his face with like a skull-crushing finale. A nice face buster from Matt Hardy, but Benjamin rakes the eyes. Of course, Benjamin is a heel, which made, I thought maybe I could have potentially paired him up with Johnny Nitro or something, but Benjamin is a heel, so it was a little difficult to try to slot him into the current rivalries at the moment. But we're able to pair him up with Matt Hardy for this point, for the time being. So this will be a good way to sort of introduce him to the show. Maybe we can turn him face again shortly in the near future-ish, possibly. I mean, we'll see how things go. It all depends where we need him. I thought of maybe giving him like a push towards the IC title, but he's probably going to end up being in a match anyway, just because Matt Hardy wants a title shot, and we need somebody to be able to compete in that multi-man match at Vengeance, which is realistically, that's the best option for us right now, as we're going to start to get more title shots, or people wanting title shots in the future. More multi-man matchups like that are going to start to occur. As Matt Hardy to the top rope, big time elbow drop, straight to the heart of Shelton Benjamin as Hardy hooks the leg. 2, but that's a kick out by Benjamin. And usually when I start out a recording session, I like to have the match cards already booked in advance, just because when I'm trying to, wait a minute, inside cradle here on Shelton Benjamin. 1, 2, but a kick out again by Benjamin. Benjamin is struggling here in this opening matchup. Oh wait, but the referee gets in the way, and that could come back to cost Matt Hardy as Benjamin a big time knee. Now a couple of kicks. Look at Benjamin just going to work on the ribs, but Hardy caught the leg. And now Matt Hardy. No weight reversal by Benjamin. Oh, and a big knee lift by Benjamin. And look at this. Is this like a headlock, a chin lock here on Matt Hardy? Hardy's got his foot out to the ropes, but Benjamin, he's a bad dude, he's a villain, so he's going to use that 5 count to his advantage. Although Benjamin needs to recover a little bit of stamina here. He's worn himself out. But as I was saying, in terms of the match card, when I start a recording session, I like to have a match card already booked in advance, just because, well, it also depends where I am storyline-wise. Like right now, I've been in a bit of a rut, just trying to figure out where do I want to use these people, like where should I try to slot them in. And, just having that match card already prepared in advance in a situation like this, it does help, because otherwise, I'd hate to bore you guys with me sitting around trying to figure out, like, Okay, we're gonna do this matchup. Oh wait, no, that doesn't quite work. Let me change it. We'll do this instead. Or, well, maybe we can make this last minute adjustment. You know, in certain scenarios, I might have a match card booked, or like partially booked. Oh my god, a low blow, referee! Well, this is turning out very much like the SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 referee, where low blows don't mean a damn thing. And I know you might be saying, well, yeah, that's just the game. The game is broken, man. I mean, Matt Hardy may not be broken, but the game is. I do understand that, but I don't know, this referee, I just like to try to factor it into a storyline. Matt Hardy needs to get needs to take a breather here, as Shelton Benjamin right now has momentum on his side. Matt Hardy back into the ring. Oh, and a big reverse elbow straight to the face of Shelton Benjamin. As here comes Matt Hardy, punch right to the face of Benjamin. And Hardy, scoop slam taken down. The gold standard is now Matt Hardy from the top rope. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that was. He just like dropped his knee across Benjamin's face. But Benjamin is in some trouble right now. As Matt Hardy's got him, calling him a tie-up reversal by Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin, big time arm drag, taken down Matt Hardy. And again, Benjamin gonna go for the chin lock. Just, oh my god, he's almost got Matt Hardy's neck at like a 90-degree angle. The human anatomy was not meant to be contorted like that. And Shelton Benjamin right now, he has just, I mean, Matt Hardy has just been struggling in this matchup tonight. Wait a minute, but look at Hardy. DDT, a big-time DDT to Shelton Benjamin. There's Matt Hardy, what more can he do at this stage? Wait a minute, Benjamin rakes the eyes. Big-time rake of the eyes by Benjamin, and now a kick straight to the back of the skull. But Matt Hardy able to recover nicely. And now Matt Hardy placing Benjamin up on the top rope. This is looking dangerous. Hardy, superplex to Benjamin. A massive superplex. Both men are down. But Matt Hardy, the first man to recuperate, to make it back to his feet, as he hooks the leg on Benjamin, but an immediate kick out by Benjamin. Benjamin not showing any signs of slowing down, not showing any signs of weakness. But here's Matt Hardy, swinging neck breaker, as he again takes Benjamin down. I mean, what more does Matt Hardy have to do to Benjamin? As, wait a minute, reversal by Benjamin. Shelton, look out! T-bone suplex! T-bone suplex to Matt Hardy, and the hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and that's a victory for the gold standard in his Raw debut. It was a very back and forth contest for a while there. Looked like Matt Hardy might have had his number towards the later stages. But in the end, Shelton Benjamin, a quick-timed reversal straight into a T-bone suplex. And it was all over for Matt Hardy. So the woes continue for Matt Hardy. He wants a title shot, but right now, he's not really putting up a strong case for making himself a contender. Shelton Benjamin, on the other hand, a massive victory for him in his Raw debut. Benjamin could be looking at the next, well, we could be looking at the next Intercontinental Champion right here. All right, so let's go ahead and simulate the rest. This is going to be a bit of a shorter episode this week, but that's just, you know, sometimes you got to have some shorter episodes just to change up the pace a little bit. So Bobby Lashley and Mick Foley win the tag team matchup. Johnny Nitro and Mickie James defeat Edge and Lita, so that's another win for Nitro. Trish Stratus defeats Melina. Trish is on a bit of a winning streak as of late. I'll have to show you the win-loss records here in a moment. As Rey Mysterio gets the win over Randy Orton, so it seems as though that tag team with Johnny Nitro, it's gonna happen. And Eddie Guerrero and The Undertaker defeat Cena and Michaels. And Cena's on a bit of a losing streak as well. So as you can see, free agent signing, blockbuster trade, big news for Monday Night Raw. Only 10,000 fans gained. But hey, that's better than 10,000 fans lost. New tag champs. Hulk Hogan and The Rock, new tag champs for SmackDown. That's interesting. SmackDown's Ric Flair in a steel cage match at 3.5 stars. Bret Hart's contract appears to be expiring. I doubt that SmackDown's actually going to let him go. Well, let's take a look at the ratings just to see. So we had a 2.5-star show. That's actually not very good. But all things considered, this was a fairly average show. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great. Whereas if we take a look at SmackDown, Again, not having that first matchup, that's a killer. Geez, they really went all out on that main event, but then the rest of their card just sort of... It really couldn't live up to the hype. So it looks as though Jim Neidhart, they didn't even pair him with Bret Hart. Bret Hart with Kurt Angle. These are some weird tag team champs, man. And I thought Rey Mysterio and Johnny Nitro was a strange tag team, but look at this. Kurt Angle and Bret Hart. Hogan and The Rock. So Jim Neidhart not making much of an impact in his debut. Torrie Wilson took on Chris Benoit. I'm not going to linger on that matchup for very long. And in a six-man tag, it looks like the Mexicools, Super Crazy and Psychosis, they are back and better than ever, teaming with the Big Show to get a victory. So that's interesting. We're just 1 week away. Oh, we're 1 week away from Vengeance, and we are in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So we're going to have to give Mr. Kennedy a bit of a showcase next time. We do have some contracts expiring, so I'm going to go ahead and re-sign them. JBL, yeah, he really wants that title shot. But fortunately, for the time being, SmackDown has 20 superstars, so they're not going to be able to take him should he decide to jump ship. He cannot jump ship. That's not an option. And Mysterio, we're going to give him a 3-month extension because I don't see myself trading him out just yet. Shelton Benjamin in there at 11 weeks. That's really going to help. Otherwise, we do have a few, but we've got 3 weeks to go until they start running down, so we're okay. If we take a look at our morale, JBL, yeah, there's that title shot. Hardy wants that title shot. He's not really on much of a losing streak, though, so we might be able to give him one. Nitro, 3 wins in a row. Cena, 3 losses in a row. Trish Stratus, meanwhile, she's on a 6-match winning streak. So I've realized that winning streaks and losing streaks are what affect, like, how massively your popularity will how big the changes are going to be per week. So, like, looking at Mickie James, she's at a 67 right now. 2-match winning streak, so I don't know. I think if you're, like, on 1 loss or 1 win, your popularity might sort of stay stagnant or it might drop a notch. But as you start to get more wins, your popularity is going to start going up maybe like 2 or 3 notches a week. Mick Foley, I was actually surprised. He is 11-3. He's one of our winningest superstars on the roster. I'm actually going to take a look real quick at all of these win-loss records just to see how everybody's doing, just to see how our roster is panning out at the moment. Who has been our most successful? Obviously, Bobby Lashley coming over from SmackDown, so that doesn't really affect how we've used him. 7-6 for Lita. JBL also 7-6. We already checked out Trish. 7-6 for Melina. Benjamin at 7-4, so it seems as though he had some good fortune on SmackDown. I can't remember if I did... Okay, so I did see Mickey. Yeah, okay, so we got that. So that's how everybody's doing. Fatigue-wise, we've basically taken care of everything else. I think things are looking good here. If we take a look at our rivalries, we've got a bunch of them ongoing at this current time. Hopefully this one can hold out, because I'd like to have JBL in the corner of Mysterio and Nitro no, not in their corner, but in Edge and Orton's corner for that tag title matchup, just to give a bit of an extra ratings boost. Or maybe we could have a special referee match. I know you can only do that on pay-per-view. I think you can have tag team matches with a special guest ref, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And I don't think anybody dropped into free agency. Oh wait, Gregory Helms, was he on SmackDown? Yes, he was. He actually was. So it looks like they did drop somebody, so I do have to be careful about having somebody jump ship. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yep, only 19. So that's a bit worrisome. They do have a couple of contracts coming up. Those were ours. I'm curious to see if they'll actually re-sign Super Crazy or not. I doubt it, but I don't know how smart the AI is, so they might, because they dropped Helms. I don't know if that means that they didn't have the finances to re-sign Gregory Helms, or if they just decided not to keep him because of his popularity. So maybe they'll end up dropping Super Crazy, who knows. But if they would, that would give them 2 openings, which would give me a chance to potentially trade somebody out. Although I'm not looking really to trade anyone at the moment. Although Lashley's only got 3 weeks on the contract, so maybe I'll send him out. I'm not entirely sure. We'll think about it. Gonna take a quick look at the, well, first of all, the fan support. We still have a pretty sizable lead. Looking at the Power 25. Man, yeah, we did not keep that #1 spot. We completely lost it. SmackDown's got the top 3. Neidhart and Bret Hart now share a ranking, so that potentially brought Hart down, although he did lose as well, so I don't know, maybe Neidhart saved him in that regard. We're gonna see a couple of switch-ups here, because obviously Lashley was on SmackDown, now he's on Raw. Tori Wilson could potentially show up on here, but no, she lost, so probably not. Shelton Benjamin, he wasn't on, but now, as a part of Raw, he's made it on the list. Actually, now that I think about it, oh, we might be in some trouble with Matt Hardy. Because he doesn't rank. He's not on here. And he wants a title shot. Oh, wow. That could be a problem. That could be a problem. I think I might have found a glitch in the game. Not really a glitch, but like a major inconvenience. But that's gonna do it for this. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Our top 5 is taking a bit of a shake up here. Wasn't quite as bad as I thought. I guess I was thinking Edge and Lita would be up higher. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager Mode. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, keep on YouTubing.